The man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination. So what's happened along that process? You've learned to love the journey, right? You love the journey. Man, when you love the journey, the goals just happen. You hit milestones as a side effect, right? Because it doesn't matter. At that point, I don't care if I can lift this much weight or run this fast. I mean, that's cool and it's great and I love it, but I don't love it as much as I love the journey. I love the journey. What does the journey consist of? Sucking at something, failing, getting better, learning, start a new journey, start it over, do it again. Oh, the journey now involves I'm aging. My joints hurt. How do I figure that out? Oh, the process. Here we go. And so when you fall in love with the journey, everything else takes care of itself.
All right, guys. So it's officially been announced that we are going back to Australia for the Torian Pro. This is a part of the qualifying process to get to the CrossFit Games for the 2022 season. So even though we live in the US, because my passport is Australian, I have to go back to Australia and qualify through the Torian Pro, which is is it the Australian or is it like the Oceania semi-final qualifier for the Oceania region?
So we leave, it gives us a month in there in Australia. So we actually leave Friday next week, or this week, for the guys watching this. But we don't get into Australia until Sunday. So in our minds, Saturday doesn't exist. It's wiped off our life. And then we go into a Sunday. For the most part, we've given ourselves a good 9 to 10 days worth of acclimating to time zones. The rule of thumb is for every hour different, give yourself a day. For the most part, further on to that, we've been conscious of when we've traveled in the past that we haven't had that much problems acclimating. It hasn't taken us that long, fortunately.
It should just take like a couple of days.
Yeah, fortunately, we're gonna have full days there. So we arrive early morning, so we just got to punch through that first day or those 2 days, and then we should be back into the swing of things. We're very much excited to catch up with family.
We haven't been back to Australia since 2019. So actually the Torian Pro that they hosted in Australia back in 2019, it was around like November time.
That was the Open.
It was when the Open was in October that year, and I did the very last Open workout as like their very first event, as like a bit of an opener to celebrate the Torian Pro. So, we haven't been back to Australia since then, and it's kind of crazy to think that we're coming back to do the same event, essentially.
Yeah. And we're excited. I think Tia and I spoke about it as well. I feel like it's different this time as well. We had a chat about where we call home, and home is Australia. That's guaranteed, but that's quite broad of a saying. We don't actually have, I felt like I don't have a designated spot where Tia feels so much that Sunshine Coast is home. Would you say? Yeah,
I feel like it's really interesting because I feel like when we're on the bobsled season, I classify Nashville as home, but as and I think when I found out that I'd have to travel back to Australia initially, I just thought, well, it was very close to just getting back to Nashville after being on the road for a few months. And just the thought of traveling again, especially back home to Australia, was just like the last thing I wanted to hear. So to know and hear that we had to go back to Australia again, as it's gotten closer, I'm getting a lot more excited, and I'm finally feeling like really excited to be going home, to be competing in front of a home crowd as well, and just seeing loved ones that we haven't seen for years. But yeah, it's really interesting. This morning we were talking about it, and I was like, wow, when we get back, I want to like kind of make our place that we are staying at a home, so that we feel like when we do go back to Nashville, we will have a home in both locations. And Shane's like, yeah, wow, I'm really just not as excited because I don't feel like I have a home there yet. And I was like, well, you know, we need to create one because we haven't been back for almost 3 years now.
Yeah. And you know,
so it's like really fascinating because I guess you don't really stop and think in your busy life to like really process that.
Or exciting is that we get our third winter back to back. It feels like, right? Like we haven't really had that summer experience. We missed out on Australia's summer. We did the bobsled European winter. We came back and had an extended Nashville or US winter.
Yeah, winter this year has been long.
Bloody look at us now. We're still wearing rugged up.
And like this time last year, we were in like shirts and shorts and like we had the fan going through the open.
Yeah, we were sweating. But now we're going back into Australia. We checked in with a few people back home.
Is it cold?
They said they were wearing hoodies in the morning, some jumpers.
Which is a shame because like, you know, we live right on the coast. So like actually going to the beach and just like living that lifestyle would be just so nice. But if the water's cold, I mean, the water isn't as cold as what it is like say on the California coast or even on the East Coast here in America.
I don't know how people get in the water in California. I don't know how you guys do it.
So tough.
I dip my toe in and go, well, I'll come back in a month. But guys, where we are situated, we're going to go to Brisbane and drive to the sunny coast, and then we're going to live in the sunny coast for about a month. And then the week of the Touring Pro, we're going to make our way back to Brisbane, which is an hour. Oh, they call it 90 minutes, I call it an hour, depends who's driving.
It's an hour if I'm driving. I'm speeding.
I'm an hour and a half if I'm driving. Safety first. Just buckle up. And then shortly after Touring Pro, we can't stick around. We're gonna then leave on the Wednesday, the Tuesday following the Touring Pro, and then we're gonna find ourselves coming back to Nashville, stay there the night, and then we're gonna drive to Knoxville.
Yep.
I'm
going to be
cheerleaders.
Yes, a cheerleader, but bag girl for Brooke and Saxon.
Yeah.
I'll
be bag boy.
I mean, I think it's going to be really sad leaving Australia and leaving friends and stuff again after just finally spending some really quality time there. But we do need to get back straight away just so that Shane can coach them. Yep. And, you know, I want to obviously cheer them on.
Okay, guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to wrap it up there. Very much appreciate you guys tuning in, following the channel. What are you going to say?
I'm not saying anything. Although I do want to know if my mum's reflection is in the mirror behind us.
Yes.
She's peeping through.
She's spying. Guys, so what we want to do, again, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. The algorithm does amazing things. It allows our channel to grow. It allows us to obviously focus and dial in on our channel a lot more. We appreciate you guys, obviously. We want to do more sit downs as well, and then just vent or talk more to the camera and give you guys updates. But for now, please like, subscribe, share us your favorite coffee shop or your restaurant, give us something to go to, especially the Sunshine Coast. The list is low there. And Tia, you sign us off, please. I feel like your eyes are burning in the back of my head.